wrestlers with open arms. In the heat of the struggle, we feel no harm. Through the finger grip like steel so sharp. Together we thrive like a thunderstorm.
Bam! Now we're live. How's it going, boys?
Very good. Very
Going
good.
good.
Nice. So crazy last weekend, eh?
That was great.
Yeah, was it a good time?
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
I had a blast.
Yeah, I know I missed out on this one. That's okay. Next one. There'll be a next one.
Yep.
Oh, there's going to be a next one eventually.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, you know what? You see that you're on here, we should just talk about your match first. I know I heard a little bit on the Armsageddon podcast, but
For me,
yeah, but you know
yeah.
what? Let's hear it again, man. So did
I
Dustin deliver on what you expected, or
I actually did way better than I thought I would.
I
I
thought so too.
I'm super critical of myself, and so I always think that like I felt like I didn't belong there until round one.
Mhm.
And then I was like, okay. Like my training was working. And I felt in the setup I did like a false start. Not it wasn't even we just halfway went and I felt his hand and I remembered Arnold Classic on Ernest Rand's trying to come out of his hand and then Dustin being able to hang on and pin him. And so I switched from top rope to immediately to flop pressing to get to the straps. Because for me, I knew I had to get to the straps to fight it all. And I hate flop pressing, but I didn't feel it in the moment with that much adrenaline. And slipped to strap, and I was right for the go. I was loading back pressure and side pressure, and he blew through. And then right at the bottom, that's where I caught. And then I felt fantastic. I was right in my spot. I had a good connection to the strap. But I just started freaking out of excitement. And I should have just calmed down. Because if I would have calmed down, I probably could have added 15 or 20 seconds to the match because I didn't feel like that. I mean, I felt like he was throwing it at me, and I didn't feel like I was going to get pinned. I didn't feel like, oh crap, this is way too much. I felt great. Even if some were close, I felt like I could still lean harder or drop a little lower if I had to. And but I just started going crazy and talking a lot of shit, telling him he didn't have enough power. And
Piss him off.
oh fuck yeah, dude, that's what I'm there for. And so I like to try to hit just outside the shoulder, and sometimes after people hit and surge for a long time trying to pin me, when they come back up the center, they loosen up, and they'll loosen up for a second, and then if I can push and their elbow comes off the pad, it's a quick little foul, and then it's not like an intentional like if I could pin them with it, then yeah, like I'd like that to happen, but they notice like last second, and then they just chink, and then their elbow pops off. But and I thought his did in the match. I like look at his elbow and I look at the ref and they hit again and I still caught it. And then I just went way too much with it. And then my elbow came off too. But I had already had a first foul. And I think it was from false starts, but nobody stopped and like put their arm down, and then said, hey, David, you have a foul. Because if I would have known, then I might have been more not that it would change anything, but I would have been different if I knew in my head I had one, if they just told me. Because false start or not, there's so much happening. Like I didn't just think like, oh, maybe or maybe not I have a foul. But if they just said, hey, David, you have a foul, and then they step back and put their arm down, then I would have been like, oh, okay, I got a foul. But round two, I felt my press felt good outside of the strap, like it didn't hurt, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna try to go for it. But he took everything, and when the strap was getting tightened with the buckle on my hand, he did what you did to Brennan. He came up over, and I probably should have just tried to stay outside and try the match out longer. But I had to test the press and was like, okay, it's not there. But now I'm going to go back to the non-buckle side, and then this time I'm going to calm down, and then I'm just going to hold as long as I can. And calls or not, I think Miles is great. Luke's a nice guy. I didn't think that I was pinned. and the commentators said it, and then there's everyone in the whole family was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, "It's what it is." But I asked for replay at the end, and then just nobody talked to me or nothing.
What
And then
side were you pinned on? Was that the down ref side?
it was down ref because Miles didn't say anything, and then down ref was hesitant on the call,
Well,
and then they gave
me
it
and
to
your
Dustin.
brother, me and your brother had a similar situation too. Yeah.
Yeah, because he said, "I thought I might have saw a pin. It was low, and but it wasn't like yes, that's a pin. If he just said like that's a pin, then I would have been like cool. But
Yeah. Well, they
it's
did
because he
that
was
for they
uncertain.
did that. Well, I had the same arc when I pulled your brother. They stopped the match, but then didn't stop. No, they didn't stop the match. And then I thought I heard him say stop the match, and me and your brother were looking at each other like, is the match, what, is it done? And then they go winner, but I'm like, well, fuck guys, you got to get that shit right. Like, like
And I as and I'm not the guy to like freak out on stage and like yell at refs,
mhm,
but I'll go down on my sword that I don't think I was pinned on round three. Not that it changed any outcome of the match, but I could have fought more. I could have fought longer. Um, but I know what I need to work on. Um, really, it's more back pressure and like just that weird little back pressure lift I do because
mhm.
that sets my stopping spot a little higher each time that I get stronger with it. Um, and and I felt like my speed was fine. Like my speed wasn't
Mhm.
bad.
Oh,
It's
you
just
had
really
good
just getting
speed
stronger.
on that flop hit too. That impressed me.
Yeah, I'll work on that because I still to this time think that my endurance would have
Your
been the major
stop,
factor in it.
your stop's a lot different than your brother's, though. Like
Hmm.
you go into that more of that king's move position.
Yeah,
Your brother
but I
goes into the break arm position. Like fuck
yeah
you. You got to break my arm to pin me.
yeah. Well, my king's move is a little different. I don't really
Yeah,
care about climbing up and taking hand. I'm
yeah.
really just pushing whenever it can move again. I'm pushing a ton of side pressure, but my elbow is always at the very back of the pad with a
Mhm,
lot of like I'm pulling this way to make it harder for a top roller two pin because he's got to pull me all the way to him, go through my lat. But
mhm.
uh, yeah, it was great. I'd love to pull him again. I'm just gonna go back and just keep working, and then keep getting stronger, and do a couple of super matches, and then after those, if I win those, then I'm going straight back for Dustin again.
That's the way to do it, though. And like
I'm not so worried this time.
the other night, Dion was talking about me pulling your brother again. You know what? I lost your brother. That's fine, and I'd rather get a win or two because I don't like going against the same guy right after I lost to him. I like to build my confidence up again and then rematch. And then not only that, it's more deserving, right? If I just beat somebody and they wanted a rematch right away, I'd be like, no, right?
When for me, knowing like the little things I got to work on, I felt that if I would have just been a little bit different, a little bit more patient, um, I am super in that match because
Yeah.
my sticking spot's really good, and if I watch it over, and of course you say these things now, it might not be, but if I would have been more patient in round one, I there's a chance that he would have just
Yep.
hit and hit and hit and hit and hit and hit until he just said like,
Got
okay, I'll
tired.
try again in round two.
I got tired with your brother round two. Like
Mhm.
I almost had him. I was right there. And if I would have done what I normally do, I just normally come in and press it. But I was like,
Mhm.
fuck this kid. I'm stronger than him. So I'd hit again. And then he just kept getting a little more and a little more. And then all of a sudden my hand blew up. And you could have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
sure.
there's these could haves and would haves, but from
Yeah.
watching it, like I'm super happy with myself because the amount of not necessarily like full shit talk, but like, oh, you shouldn't be here. I was like, come on, like
No, no, no.
I'm
You
gonna go
deserved,
like
you deserved
that's
it.
why I would think I was so intense. Was there so much like, oh, who's this guy? He doesn't deserve this match, blah blah blah. And then I was like, okay, that was pretty sick.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I wanted to make it fun to watch and freak out and talk smack and
Oh, tell you the truth, man. You look hard to pin, and even
Oh
Dustin
yeah.
he had a problem pinning you when you got that move in. He was struggling, right? So if it
yeah.
wasn't for the restart, it would that just gave him a lane to just you know what I mean to read. The thing is, I actually pull like Dustin a lot, but his hit is like on steroids, right? Like,
Right.
but you
That's
did
why
a really good job. You did a really good job of getting the stop there too. I was really impressed.
and people were like, "Oh, your hand will go back I'm like, my hand won't go back. Like my hand's not the problem. Like my hand's good, but it'll be just slowing him down. And I probably did a little bit too much pre-pulling the night before. I didn't do that much, but really my stamina is pretty good. I don't think that it really made an effect on it. But I pulled
I
you.
never,
Yeah, then I
I
pulled
won't
you.
even grip up with anybody the night before.
I probably pulled 6 or 7 people.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
have. I wouldn't have, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Everybody's different, right? Like,
Yeah.
No, I didn't pull anybody. Right
no.
hand, left hand, a bunch,
Yeah.
everyone.
The opposite
Yeah,
hand.
I pulled you.
Yeah, we pulled
Yeah.
left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, you went like this, and I went like that was about it.
Fun.
Yeah, no, you're a good lefty, man. But I guess you have no choice, really, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling my wife, I was like, man, I just like one of these because that's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 super match is Dustin Howden. And I told her, I was like, well, at some point, like it'd be nice if the super match, like if I was number 2 on the card, and then it was like a pretty good guy, and then no, it's like you're the main event. Like fuck. Like
Yeah.
there's always like this. Oh
That
my
pressure.
god, dude! Like all this pressure and
Yeah, but I
um,
like it better in your situation. Tell you the truth,
well,
I felt a lot of pressure against your brother because a lot of people just thought I was going to run over him. And you know what? I like it the other way around. Like when I went against Chuck, everybody said, "Oh, Chuck's going to flash Brian," and then I just crushed him, right? So
yeah.
I
And
like it when I'm the underdog. Then
my wife, she said after that performance, you probably won't get that, and then you'll probably be in these spots a lot more. And I was like, well, okay, that's fair, but like,
Yeah.
just rise to the occasion, I guess. But yeah, the whole thing was
Yeah.
great.
Well, Dustin, I'll tell you, he's a premier puller. Like he's
Yeah.
like he's like almost elite. Like
Oh,
Dustin,
for sure.
he's yeah, like so like you can look at you can see, okay, you lost, right? But look at the positives, and yeah, you had a lot of good moments. You had that press hit. Oh, ugly. I hate when guys do that to me. I hate that hit.
Me too.
You know, and you're fast with it too, right?
And after watching it, I was like, it looks like I'm watching Michael Todd arm wrestle. Like that's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much
very similar. It's yeah, you're kind of like Michael Todd, actually.
Press King's move, press King's
Press and
move,
King's
yellow
move,
bunch.
Yeah. Do you like to hook? Because I know your brother likes to hook if he can get
Oh,
his hooks in.
I have 0 hook.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Oh yeah.
I didn't see it that lane, like that you would even go in that lane. Yeah.
No. I I get there in a really weird spot. Like if I'm in a King's move and then somebody tries to hook me, I'm okay with it if I have my hand cupped, but I'm still outside, and then I can use like a dragging side pressure. But I don't ever stand and just stand in a hook.
Yeah.
I can pull for 2 fucking hours like in an open top roll King's move, in a hook, maybe a couple matches, and then my elbow's kind of blown up. So that's what I'm going to be working on,
Yeah.
just to build more side pressure strength moving forward. But I was telling the guys here, I was like, there's only up from here. Like,
Yeah.
I shocked myself, uh, and I was happy with the performance. I think that there's things that I can work on, like
Oh,
calming down. I literally tell that to the guys all the time. I'm all, you can just calm down and then just wait if you're in a good spot and you're not getting pinned. And I
Yeah.
didn't do that. Like
No,
that's what I say all the time.
I panic a lot where when I don't get the pin, all of a sudden I start panicking then I start wasting energy, right?
Yeah, I was trying to do what I did in round 1 with Derek Mahiran. I was like I stood up and then did some outside side pressure and pinned him. I wanted to do that same thing, but Dustin is not Derek. No disrespect to Derek, but I should have just waited. Should have just waited.
Yeah.
But fantastic. The whole thing was just great to watch.
Yeah, it's a wicked production though. So right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now you got that under your belt too. It's a loss, but it's against the Canadian national champ, Arnold champion. Like, you know,
Yeah,
like
East versus West guy. Yeah.
yeah,
The East versus West
East
qualifier.
versus West
Florida.
too. Like, yeah, in Florida, yeah.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, he qualified at my East versus West qualifier, and he went to Florida, and then he left hand. He did good left and right there too.
Yeah, and I'm just some dude up here in North Idaho who gets some crazy matches sometimes and didn't do too bad.
Nope. But that will also make
I say you did pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm still, foot's still on the gas, man. I'll just say it on here. I'm gonna go beat Jody, 231, and then after Jody, then if I have one in between me and Jody, if I win two more, like two, then I'll go pull Dustin again, or I'll wait and then ask for Dustin once he gets settled in with his baby, because that's gonna be hectic for him. His life will kind of change.
June. I think June. She's due in June. Yeah.
Yeah, my match with Jody's in July, so then he'll probably have a few months of baby stuff, trying to figure out how to train with a brand new baby, just like I did, and then pull him again.
Good.
Alan Ford. I don't know what happened to Alan Ford's foot, guys. There was a question in the chat.
Something happened to his foot. I'm not sure what.
I don't know either. Alan the Hitman Ford, that's another Canadian national champ that's fucking smoking. we got so many though. You know what's funny though is the guys we sent to that event, we can do that 30 times over.
Right.
Change each one of them 30 times.
Yeah. With someone just as good, if not a little better.
It made better. Yeah, it made better. But see, the thing is we have a lot of depth. We have a lot of arm wrestlers here, right? So,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
For our population, yeah, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. Like,
and
clubs are big.
nice guy. He invited me to his house. Yeah, so I'll be going up there and training with him at some point in Lethbridge.
That's awesome. I'll come
And
down
then,
and train too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. And then after that, man, I'm just changing tires and I have so much equipment now. I have so much stuff to just. It's all at home. I don't have to go to a
Changing
gym.
tires
I can
gotta
just train.
be changing like throwing tires all day every day.
Oh
That'd
man.
be good for arm wrestling, right
Good
there.
way.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, let's do a little recap then. So, what was the first match? Playboy Roy, Brad Prinz.
Yeah.
What'd you guys
Playboy
think
Roy
of
and
that match?
Prinz. It's a good
Yep,
match.
Prince came out. Prince
Yeah,
won that, right?
match.
Training
Yep.
hard. Yeah, he's training with us. I train with him a couple times a week.
Me and
Yeah,
Brad
nice
had a
guy.
couple sessions to train before it, and he was feeling really
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
Feeling
Yeah, he took
very,
it
very strong.
serious when Playboy beat him last time, just because he knew he lost a bunch of weight for that match and he just was diminished. And he's like, "Well, if I don't have to lose a bunch of weight, that's a different match." And he worked
Yeah.
really hard too. So I'm glad he won 3-0.
It was 187 and 182 this time instead of like what was it last time, 170?
Well, yeah, but Brad cut and it was just one set. Both of them weighed in at 170.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this time they actually came in at heavier
Yeah.
weights.
So Brad was pretty dominant. 3-0, blam, done.
Mhm.
And Nicholas Abel, their hero, flashes Thomas Cyborg 3 times.
Yeah, he came in very strong.
Yeah, he looked pretty explosive. I was talking to Thomas, and Thomas said that he was preparing for a press the whole time. And I'm like, really? Why? And he goes, because that's originally what he was, what I heard he was going to do. And then he said that he started training for top roll or something in the last month out or something. So, but yeah, poor Thomas. But you know what? He'll get better. He'll work on that ready go, and he'll come back. And
yeah, so good job for Nick there. 3-0.
Yeah, really good
Yep.
job. Yeah, Nicholas Abel. Strong. He's on a roll right now, actually. Yeah,
I had a match with him last year, and he's looking really good compared to that match.
You beat him. Because you did the same thing to him he did to Thomas.
Yeah. Seems he's learned a very good high angle now. So
yeah, he beat Thomas similar to the way you beat him, actually.
Yeah. No, pretty similar.
Yeah. So, and then next match was it Austin McLeod next?
Yeah. It was Austin.
Yeah. Let's see here. I might even have it. It's hard because for some reason the edited version's not popping up for me without the glitches and shit.
No. If you go to their videos, it's not a live stream. It was reposted as a video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
it's very good quality too. Well, it's 1080p. So.
Well, yeah, Austin McLeod. Wow. What can I say?
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. There's customers here for me.
Oh,
thank you for having me on real quick. I got to keep working. Still here.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, great event. Dustin, you're the best. But I'll be very nice until I pull you again, and I'll start talking shit again.
Yeah, for sure, brother. Okay, man.
Yeah, it was great meeting you, David. You're a good guy, man.
Thanks,
good
man.
arm wrestler.
Yeah, I'll
Thanks.
meet you
Peace
soon,
out.
brother. Take care, man. Okay, well, we'll quickly run through Austin.
Yeah, Austin and Luke. I mean, I knew this was gonna be a good match. It was left and then they switched to right. I knew that I mean I pull Austin quite often, so I knew this was gonna be a good match.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll try to speed through it. Oh, he's up one. It's hard to get it right down, right to the spot.
Yeah.
Okay, here. Round one. Can you see it?
Yeah, I'm also watching it on my PC here.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
so
got
they bang inside and then Austin just
Austin
hits it with
slams
side
them.
pressure from the inside.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Which
basically.
Austin's primary move is not that. I don't
No.
think that's Luke's. I don't think it's Luke's primary move either. But Luke got palm up, and
Yeah.
Austin was
Just
pronated.
took
So
advantage of it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Austin just, and then it was just flash, flash, flash.
yeah. Round two, he actually pressed him. He did like a cupping internal rotation press.
Yeah. He was talking shit smack to him, telling him to work in the last round. Yeah.
In the last round, yeah, he kind of just took a little hand control, let him work a bit, which is he did end up pinning him, but at least he gave him a chance to work.
Yeah. No, yeah, and again, 3-0, man. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
good match.
It'd be hard to count the rounds that we won. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, next match quickly. What was the next match?
Jaron Blackmore and Nick Elo.
Yeah.
Now I've pulled both these guys left-handed, and like I said in our predictions, it kind of went the way I thought. Like Nick has lots of strength, but Jaron has that bit of finesse that you need, especially when you're going up against a bigger opponent. You got to have a little bit of finesse. So
Yeah.
even on the inside, Jaron likes to bang it inside. So even though he was palm up and Nick was actually pronated,
Yeah.
Jaron in round one at least, when they were pulling, it looked pretty good for both of them. Nick kind of surged toward the pin a few times,
Yeah.
and he gains, but he elbow fouls. So then they reset.
Yeah. And he's a newer puller too, right, Nick?
Yeah.
So he's just learning. I mean, they said his forearms were bigger than mine, though. They said they were like 17 and a quarter or something. I think I just seen. I mean, I doubt his forearms were that big.
Yeah, who knows?
But yeah, Jaron, good performance. It was nice. I cheered for him this time. Because I couldn't cheer for Jaron last time.
Hard to cheer for him. And Jaron did a really good press that round one. He got him with a flash, kind of
Yeah.
pulled my move out.
Yeah.
The old flash
Yeah,
press.
you're right. Tight.
Yeah, very good. Nice tight press where you focus on cupping as you go through and you try to land on top. So you turn them palm up as you cup.
Yeah. Yeah, Elo looks strong though.
Elo looked stronger when he's pronated, less strong when he's
When he's
palm up.
oh yeah.
But he's pretty good at fighting for it. He just gets a lot of elbow fouls. He's new. Hey, this is his first super match.
Mm.
But that's why there's a weight discrepancy of about 30 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, there's also an experience advantage by about 3 years. So, I mean,
Yeah.
you got to
Well,
give the guy 30
next
pounds to make it fair.
we got Zach Monroe next. Your match.
Was I next? Was I after that one?
Yeah.
Huh?
So
Yeah.
let's hear about this match, Zach.
All right. So, yeah. Felt good. Felt good in the setup. Felt like I could get what I needed, which was nice.
I knew that he had good back pressure, and when he gets the arm back, he tends to get the pronation in the hand.
Yeah,
But
I didn't want to fall
I
into
knew
the
you were
trap. So
going to steal that from him.
if you look carefully, I don't try to hang on really that much at all this entire match. I end up cupping him over, like I turn him palm up,
Yeah, it seems
but
like yeah.
I'm not hanging on to him really hard. I do hang on in one round, but it pays price because I hit to the pad and then I wait, and then I kind of come back just to kind of let him work a bit, but maybe he worked a little too much.
I was surprised you went with the press right away, but I was glad you did.
The thing was,
You felt his lane.
in the setup, it felt like I could have top rolled him round one, so I wasn't sure if he was baiting me, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just went inside hard, boom.
Yeah.
And then he did. You know what? We'll go to the round right here where he got one back on you. Yeah, you went into the hook with him, and then he was able to pull through you.
Yeah, I hit near the pad, and then I was like, I don't want to end it that quick. So then I kind of just like kind of came back to center. I didn't want to hit again. I kind of wanted to get into a little bit of a. I, I wanted to stay on the advantage though. So his inside was a lot stronger than I expected. I'll tell you that much, man. He really impressed me with his inside. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was an elbow
You
foul
were
or
trying
not,
to say
honestly.
there was yeah, but you stopped pulling though. It was kind of weird. Before he pinned you, you already stopped. You were like his elbows off the pad or something.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to keep fighting in a bad situation. I was gonna let the round go anyway.
Yeah.
I thought I maybe saw an elbow foul. It's from the angle I was pulling, it was hard to tell. So I go with what the refs say. So when you'll see me when I get to the table, I say, "Well, what's the call?" And as soon as they say they counted as a pin, I'm good with it.
Boom. Yeah.
If they call it, that's it. I mean, like after I contest it, if they call it after I contest it, then
Yeah.
that is what it is, right? So when I come up to here, I go to shake his hand. Then I ask Miles, you know,
Well,
what the call was, but
hey,
yeah.
I'm trying to be really quick. You got to go soon, right?
Yeah, I got a little bit of time here. I'm probably getting picked up at 7, so I got about 20 minutes.
So we had Francis next.
Yes.
What do you think of this match?
So they came in 180 and 190, Francis being 180 and Connor Stevens being 190. 6'1", 5'10", Francis being 5'10". And Connor Stevens was coming in younger. I think might have been his first super match too. But again, heavier, and he's a pretty big guy. He's a pretty big guy.
No, just see round one here. Francis just dragged him.
I'm
Francis doesn't
not
even pull that way.
I'm not seeing it anymore here
Oh, it's
on
not
our
sharing
screen.
now? Oh, it just stopped sharing. What? Why? That's weird. Sorry, everyone. Well, here's the replay of it anyway. So grabs him, and Francis drags him over. But Francis usually does the high knuckle posting top roll usually.
Francis is strong.
Yeah.
He just uses strength.
Yeah, Francis
No,
just
seriously, he's got a very good lane, and he's
yeah.
good at. I'm not kidding, man. That round three, that was just
Yeah.
pure unadulterated power. That round three, he kind of
Yep.
got taken over.
Yep. And
Make
he
sure you
just
get a good. Yeah, right here. Look at this.
yep, boom.
Just with pure forearm strength, just curl, like basically just like freaking forearm ripped him back over. Like,
Yeah, that
I
was
mean,
something.
Connor Stevens did good. He actually he got that press on there. His shoulder was a bit over center, but it still wasn't enough. It was one of those things where it's like, yeah, you can get 100% on top of him, but he just has enough power just to rip you right over. So
Well, exactly.
great first match for Connor. Great showing from Francis, really.
Yeah. Next match is Jared
Jared and
Mhm.
Gavin Baker. So
Okay.
200 to 188, 6'3" to 5'9". So Jared being a little bit bigger, a little taller,
Yeah.
being
Well,
an absolute unit.
yeah, I thought it was a mismatch. I thought a lot
I
of the matches
mean,
were mismatches. So
Jared would look. I mean, it is what it is. Not that he looked crazy strong. Jared is crazy strong.
well, Jared,
It's the
Jared
thing.
actually pretty much. You know what? He's such a nice guy. He allowed a lot when he took that loss that one round. He allowed a lot of that to happen.
Well, he didn't hit. He
Yeah,
let Buddy hit, and it
he
was enough
just
to
let
get pinned.
Buddy exactly. But that's how nice he is because he said he wasn't going to play or have fun until 2 rounds he got up to.
Yeah.
And then he did, right? So
But then, much like me, once you take a loss and you're 2-1, you're like, yeah, I know I can just finish this, so I'll just end it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But you let them get their lane. You can be surprised sometimes by how strong someone can be.
Yep. This was that one where he was playing, I think, this round here.
Yep. And then yeah, he just finished him over.
Yep. Yep. And then he came back and flashed him. Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway,
Great
whatever.
showing again.
Good enough.
And
Yeah.
then next match was Dakota. It's Dakota. He's not in here
Dakota.
yet. He might make it by the end of the pod. And
Yep,
then
yep.
Dakota and Declan. Very good match. Very exciting to watch.
Yes.
Maybe
Great.
I might say match of the night. I'd give it match of the night. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of good matches. Like Dustin and David had a great match. Like there's a lot of good matches, man. But I just feel like Dakota and Declan were the closest. Their top ends were so close. Like you want a match that's an even match. It was very good. Dakota ended up having enough hand, right? Stat wise, they're pretty close as well.
Yeah, like I think it was just Dakota. I said that though. I said Declan's going to be really strong, but it's going to seem less strong because Dakota's going to be able to get the hand. Remember what I predicted? It actually went exactly the way I thought, actually.
Yeah, Dakota's very vigilant there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was very accurate to what I thought. There we go. But Declan had no give. And he was in an arm break position the one time. I thought his arm was going to snap.
Yep, looking at it right now. Dakota really impressed me. His ability to like when I'm in that scenario, I got to use a lot more arm power to mitigate the opponent in that exact situation. Where
Yeah.
he was able to mitigate the opponent with his hand,
Yeah.
even when he was in kind of a stretched out position, his hand was still so dominant that he was able to mitigate through the hand the whole time.
Yeah.
Really impressive. That's not something I can do or
No, he did
something
good.
that you can train to do. That's something that you have to have a natural affinity for it, just having that mind muscle connection and the subsequent power to do it, right?
Yeah. No, I agree. Okay. So what was the next match again? Let's
Next
go.
match, you yeah. So
Uh,
Declan lost and Dakota won 3-3
and it
0.
was Dalton Waller versus Jeremy Esty.
Yes. So we got the Waller versus the Esty. So Ginger Beef versus Dalton Waller. 6 foot 6'1", 210, yeah, so relatively similar specs here. A little bigger forearm on Jeremy. But Jeremy is, he's a slab of beef.
Mm-hmm. Jeremy's strong. Like he's just brute strong. So, but then again, Dalton. I mean, Dalton really needs to work on his hand and wrist. You know?
Dalton was feeling strong in the after pulls, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know. Just no, but from what I see, he
Yeah.
seems really strong. But he's got to be able to protect his hand better.
Jeremy was very good at Jeremy was finishing in a similar position to me, but not doing it the same way.
Mhm. Watch one pin here. Oh no. Nope, Jeremy got a warning or a foul. There it is. Boom. Not much more to see than that. But I think Dalton, I think he's got to strengthen a few things, and I think he's right there. What's the next match? We'll just keep doing them fast here because I like to get them all in. Okay, Jeremy Drose.
All right, let's get this Jeremy Joes. Yeah, him and Ryan. So 6'2", 6'1", similar weight, very similar specs. Jeremy's second place or tied for second place for the longest elbow to fingertip at the event. I measured all the elbow to fingertips, so
Oh, did you?
yeah.
Those numbers were accurate.
The thing is, I measured most of the other numbers too, but I did it the Engen way. So I don't know if anyone's seen how Engen measures forearms, but if you measure them Engen's way, you get a much bigger reading than if you measure it just like with your arm straight flexing. Trust me. So I told everyone to do it the Engen way because you get
Oh, I gotta
much
try the
better
Engen way.
readings. Well, I watched Engen do it, and the way he had his forearm flexed, he went over his pronator and
Yeah.
everything, dude. When I did it, I got 15 inches every time. So I was like, what? You got like just under 14. But when I do it the Engen way, it's like 15. So I'm like, screw it. I told everyone to do it that way, though. So all the measurements, the difference between everyone's measurements is perfect, but the actual measurement could be debated because of, I did the Engen way. So
Yeah, well, we'll watch the first one because it was pretty.
Jeremy blasted through him. And then
Oh,
the
yeah.
second round, Ryan made an adjustment
Oh, and
blasted through
Jeremy wasn't
Jeremy.
ready for because he wasn't ready for it. I know. Jeremy
Yeah,
took him
yeah. I
too
guess
easy.
Jeremy was actually went to reset his hand position right before they go.
Yeah.
If you watch, well, like when I say reset the hand position, not necessarily it's a ref grip or like a set grip here. You'll see what I mean. So they close that guy's hand, close Jeremy's. See, did you see Jeremy's hand last
Mhm.
second? I think what happened was right before the go, either Ryan slid in or Jeremy kind of slid out, and he got separated from his arm for a second, and
Yeah.
then when Ryan just like, yeah, let's go in, boom. So
Well, here it is when Ryan got him with speed.
yeah, you see Jeremy, he lost that grip up top
Yeah.
and had to
Yeah.
he lost the grip from up top. Yeah, right there. You see how there's no connection?
Yeah. But then Ryan looked, I mean, he got around anyway,
Yeah.
but it didn't
Oh
go
yeah, no,
good.
that he got him there, but Jeremy doesn't make that mistake again because he didn't.
Oh,
Jeremy didn't lose his cup at all, but Jeremy hung on. That was
no.
the issue.
Yeah,
He should have just
exactly.
rolled. He should have just
Yeah, he
bailed
should have.
when he started going that way. He should have just bailed.
Yeah.
But obviously, after literally, he doesn't make that mistake again. He's like,
Oh
okay, well,
no. He actually started talking to him, and Buddy just fouled or something at the end, didn't he? Or did he pin him the third
it was
time?
best of 7, so
Oh yeah, that's right.
which round? Yeah,
Yeah, it was. Then they wanted it that way too. Yeah, you're right.
yeah. Jeremy was pinning him pretty neutral sometimes too, like neutral hooky kind of. He top rolled him. He pinned him neutral, kind of hooked him. Ryan
Yeah.
was doing a good job of defending as well. Like Ryan was doing a good job. He's a good guy.
Oh yeah. He works really hard, right, to get better at arm wrestling. I know I
Oh
see
yeah,
a lot of his posts and
yeah.
no,
That last round, Jeremy, yeah, just kind of finished him off. And then we have a good match. I mean, good on Andrew Quintana for taking it last minute. You look at
yeah.
the specs. I mean, Jason beats him in every way except for weight.
Well, yeah. I
So he
mean,
kind of Jason's really good. I like Jason's better than Mike, right? So
Jason's strong. Jason's very strong.
Mike's good too, though. Maybe Mike could beat him off the
Mike's
hit, but
better.
that
Mike's
diesel
better
toy.
puller, but
Yeah,
Jason's just
Jason's
brute. Like
crazy. Like,
I let him at Christmas. I was letting him just go nuts, and he was going nuts on my arm. I mean, I was holding him, but I mean, like I could feel the strength of him. You know what I mean? He
yeah.
was trying to press everything. I'm like, wow. And he had no quit either. It was like 2 minutes of onslaught attack on my arm. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, this guy's gonna get good. And then, he did good in Lethbridge at that tournament, and now he's got to win his first super match. He won.
No, he was looking very, very powerful.
Oh, come on. A lot of false starts because of the way Miles does his ref scripts. I like it
I
though.
was used to it. I was used to it. And like once you get used to the rules and stuff, it's not
Mhm.
you just adapt to it, right? Once you
Yeah.
adapt, you're good. I am at least. I just adapt.
No, I
You
know.
know, nothing wrong with anybody's ref style. You just got to adapt to it as a
No,
puller.
no.
But in round one, especially, it's hard to. You know what I mean? Especially if
Yeah.
you're used to one type of opponent,
Exactly.
and so
What? I'm on a podcast. Sorry, my wife's calling at me.
no, it's all good. So yeah, Jason was looking good, very good.
Here. Here.
Although I will say this,
Okay.
especially that moment we just saw there, Andrew did roll his pronation as far as he possibly could. Like
Andrew
his
and
pronation was able to roll all the way over, and then it eventually failed, but it was strong.
Andrew looked strong. It just Jason's hands seem so much more dominant, right?
Yeah, and that's the problem when you face a guy who has that much hand strength, you can't get much connection, right?
No,
You get
definitely.
disconnected pretty hard.
Okay, well, and then the next match. uh, yeah. Yeah, next match is boom boom. Oh, Dustin, next match is the main event. It was Dustin versus David. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? I never really said too much about what I thought about this match. And I mean, Dustin looked good. but I thought Dustin was gonna be more dominant. I mean, it was dominant 3-0, right? And he
Well,
did
no,
look good.
David was really good at. The thing is, if you can't get connection, you can't get power.
Yeah,
And the thing is, when you dive in super hard and deep like that, you don't leave much room for connection. I'll tell you that much.
he reminds me so much of Monster Michael Todd's not funny. The way he starts in the press and then he kicks out to that King's move so easily.
Yeah,
Like
it's
if he's pulling that way, he might be. Yeah, I mean,
a good game plan. Just three ways to be good at arm wrestling.
yeah,
Be very good orthodox, be very good unorthodox, or just have godlike strength.
yeah. Here, I'll
That's
try
about
to
it.
speed it up. Their
Because
matches really
speed would be
dragged out.
orthodox. Funkiness, like King's moving and that stuff, is unorthodox. And just having raw, unadulterated power.
Yeah,
Got one of those three things. You can't really make it big. It's just kind of the hallmark of a good arm wrestler. You can tell if someone can go really far if they have one of those, or multiple. Someone's got crazy good speed and orthodox pulling, but they're very good at being unorthodox, like Sandris. You know what I mean? He's very good at being orthodox and pulling orthodox, but he's also very good at pulling unorthodox. You know what I
yeah.
mean? He's got a good range and he's fast and straight, but he doesn't have godlike power or anything.
No, it's true, and he can pull different ways too. Like
Yeah.
Sanders,
So he got
sometimes he'll
2 out of
go
3.
inside.
That's
Yeah,
Levon basically is 3 out of 3 when you really think about it. Is the thing.
yeah. He's
It's
can
not
pull.
just massively big, because Corey West is technically massive, more massive. It's
Yeah,
not just about being just massive. He's actually just a good arm wrestler too, orthodox and unorthodox. Yeah. So David's coming in here and getting in that kind of
got the
hooky
King's
spot.
move.
Then King's moving it.
I want to see if he did pin him here though. I didn't. I was worried. I was wondering about the pin too. But there's elbow foul. But I thought he did really good. Just they have no fear, these guys. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's the one thing about them. And that's how I underestimated his brother, because his brother, he didn't pull the same way at all, but he had that I don't give a shit, I'm not letting my hand touch the pad attitude. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like he just
Oh yeah.
wedged his shit in there. Like when I
They're
hit him
good at
that
that because
second
he
round,
didn't, like, right there. You just saw he didn't even go close to over center. He was, look at that. He's very good. He's very good position. Nowhere near over center.
yeah, it was good.
He's good. It's just Dustin is trying to beat him orthodox, and when you try to pull orthodox against someone who's unorthodox,
Mhm.
you're gonna get opened up because you're sacrificing your arm moving to get hand control. Watch. So Dustin's gonna focus on getting hand control.
Yeah,
Well, I
and they
mean, that
did.
time that was just a pin, but
Yeah, that time he did. Well, that
as
time
long
he
as
made an
you,
adjustment. Yeah.
yeah, as long as you double down on the hand control and you know you have enough arm that if you get opened, you can at least not get pinned. Doubling down the hand control is the best choice.
Yeah.
Now, if you can roll forward while doubling down on hand control, then you're just way stronger than the guy. But if you
Well,
can't
see,
roll forward right off the bat, you got
yeah.
to wait it out,
Well, see
and
what
or you got to
Dustin
pin him in
did
the top rope.
that the first pin, I mean, that Dustin got,
Yeah,
instead of what he did the first time, just trying to pronate, he actually cupped on the hit. Where the first time he tried to pronate, and then David was able to get that stop, right?
yeah.
And then the second time he cupped more, and it went right to the pad, right? So, like I'm learning that too. Like I have a bad habit of just going for going over the top and just crazy pronating, but if you throw the cup into that hit, it changes everything. But yeah, no, you know what? I love the event, man. I was unfortunate I didn't make this one, but it was awesome. Even just watching, even just spectating it, I loved it. It was good. I mean, we won 11-1 though.
11-1. Canada got 11 wins to 1 American win.
Yes.
Nicholas the Thrasher Abel coming in hot and heavy, making sure it was not a clean sweep. He
He's
put
the
everything on
hero,
the line
really.
with that.
Nicholas
Yeah,
Abel's the
no,
hero.
he came in for he did it for the US,
You know what I would have done though, honestly? I would have those two matches didn't make much sense to me anyway. I would have changed those matches. I would have put Austin, or no, who went up against? Yeah, I would have put Austin against Nick, and had Cyborg and Luke go again. Because last time Cyborg pulled Luke, when it went to straps, Cyborg was able to hook him and pin him, right? And Luke was kind of slower, right? So I think that would have been a better match, Cyborg and Luke Cote. Yeah, because Austin was really dominant. Yeah.
Austin's a very good puller.
He is.
Very
He
good
is.
puller. That was his first, besides the super match with Dustin Rasmussen and me.
Yeah.
That was his first super match
Yeah, the one with
in
Dustin,
over a year.
yeah, he looked
'Cause
pretty
he had one with
good.
Dustin Rasmussen over a year ago, and that was his last
That
super
was at the
match. Me
Valor
and him
fight.
had like I said, me and him had a mock one a couple months ago for my
I seen
match
it. I seen it.
with Jaron. That was good, but he was feeling good. So
Oh
I
yeah.
had a good feeling he was going to win this match. I do know Luke is strong. Like Luke is deceptively strong too. Like you'd be
Yeah.
surprised in his angles.
You know
Just
what?
Austin's very
It's
good.
good that you and Austin are training partners though, because you guys are so like you're in the same weight class pretty much.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
He gets to 154 all the time, and I mean I can be 165 if I need to, or
Yeah.
I don't know, but 176. But
Yeah. Like I like training with Dale and Brad, but I'm in a heavier weight class, right? So I mean, I've gotten to the point where I'm
shit.
pretty strong. So, but now we got Ali, Victor. We're gonna have all these other guys showing up at practice. So
Yeah.
it's gonna get crazy. So I'm gonna be doing the Wednesday practices here, and then pretty soon, now that the weather's getting nice, Stu comes back in a few weeks. I'll be coming down on Sundays probably to Red Deer when I can. 'Cause I'll be working too. Starting in May, I start a job. So I go back to work. So I don't know how available I'll be, and well, I still do the podcast, but I don't know about training.
Yeah.
Um,
No, that's fair.
yeah, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Can't not do the podcast, right?
Oh yeah, I always make time for the podcast.
And one last thing before I head out here, I got something to show the people.
Oh,
Yeah. There we go. We got
oh,
an
nice.
award.
Oh, that's
Oh,
sweet.
I'm disappearing. Yeah, I thought I'd show that off from Dion for the
Yeah,
podcast.
he sent me a picture of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's awesome.
We'll probably get that to you so you can put it up in the podcast area
Oh,
studio thing.
it's up to you.
He
But it's
meant to
nice.
give me stuff for you, but he
Yeah, I know.
was not able to.
I talked to him. Yeah.
People also took, well, to be fair, originally I grabbed extras for you, and then we had a bunch of stuff on our table, and I think people thought that because we had like 7 people at our table, we had all our stuff in a pile. And I
Yeah.
think people thought that, I guess, because there's a big pile, it's take whatever you want because half our shit got taken. So
Oh, people just start taking
yeah.
shit. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, everyone came to our table and just started taking all the flyers they wanted, all the everything, and then we come back, we're like, where the heck's all our stuff? And yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was a
Yeah.
little upset, but I mean, I'm not that upset. But I was like, oh yeah,
Dion still has the stuff for you though. It was in his car. If
yeah.
he
He
said he
said,
doesn't have it, that means he gave it all away though.
yeah. He didn't say he didn't have it. He just said he forgot.
Okay. I
He
wasn't sure
said yeah, he said he
if he
forgot.
thought that he gave it to me, so he gave the rest away, thinking that you were covered.
He was talking about the certificate.
Oh yeah, I got the
He's,
certificate.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he said. He goes, I gave it to Zach, and I'm like, what? You know what I mean? I'm like, what did you give to Zach? I got confused, right? I didn't know.
I tried to get you the poster, the flyer, and then the poster for the next one. A little flyer for the next one.
Yeah, no worries. Because I'll be going to the next one anyway. So
Oh yeah, you'd be able to get it. All right, I gotta go. It's
yeah,
time for me to go here.
yeah. Well, it'll
Take
be
it easy,
time for
guys.
me too. So, but anyway, okay, brother. Well, have a good practice, and
Oh, I will.
be seeing you soon. And yeah, thanks for joining. It was a good event, and I don't know, maybe see you tomorrow night. I might go live tomorrow
Maybe.
night on the normal Tuesday time. So, see everybody tomorrow.